Hi, I'm Saloni, and this is Amanda behind the camera. Today we are going to be analyzing HR practices from movies and TV shows. This is the Business Breakdown. First off, we have the intern.
It's going to be a couple of interviews today, Ben. We want to make sure that we both find the right fit. Business as usual is not really our motto, so we hope you have some fun here. This is the first time we're hiring senior interns, so some of our intern questions may not exactly fit your profile, but we're gonna go for it anyway, okay?
Fire away.
So first of all, it's very humbling of the company to seek senior interns. This reflects the company culture really well, and it shows that they're very open to learning and growing because, of course, senior citizens have lots of experience to share and they have lots of advice as well. So we like the honesty coming from this woman. Clearly she's aware that some of the questions don't necessarily apply to this person, but she still kind of changed them a little bit. And the focus was what he brings to the table and his qualities, rather than his age.
Okay, Benjamin. Now, I'm gonna ask you one of our more telling questions for all of our interns, so I want you to, this is the one to really think about, okay? And take your time. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
When I'm 80.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so that is a great question because it pushes the candidates to think about their future, and it also lets the company know how they can help in the growth of an employee and sort of like what their goals and their ambitions are. So Ben went through what we called a structured sequential interview where we have multiple interviewers and they will talk to one candidate. And so this is what allows them to form their own independent opinions about a different candidate by asking different questions. So now we're going to be watching a clip from Schitt's Creek, and in this we will see David Rose and his friend Stevie, where they both go to airlines and try to compete for the same job of a flight attendant.
Right. Why don't we go around and I'll have each of you state your name and tell us what you consider your biggest weakness.
Hi, David Rose. Would we consider loyalty a weakness? If not, I'm also really honest.
I'm just gonna put down chatty.
Here we see an unstructured, more conversational, laid-back style interview, and this is nice, although it's a little bit strange that it's conducted in a group setting. Those are a little bit rare. The weakness question is very classic, but in our opinion, it's a little bit outdated because it's so famous. Candidates usually come with pre-prepared answers that they want us to hear because that's what they think we want to hear.
Called her an egg salad sandwich.
Hello.
Dr. Cooper, have a seat.
Thank you.
I called you in today because your assistant, Alex Jensen, has lodged a complaint against you.
So I've been told, but I can't understand what she has to complain about.
You said things to your employee that you just cannot say in the workplace.
Like what?
Well, according to Ms. Jensen, you said that she was a slave to her biological urges and called her an egg salad sandwich. I don't even know what that means, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you you can't say it. I can't talk about that either, Dr. Cooper. Your language is entirely inappropriate, and I'm gonna advise that you shut your mouth right now.
I don't see why I'm the one being persecuted here.
Okay, so we just watched a coworker complain, and we see that Sheldon is unwilling to validate the complaint made by his assistant, and then he proceeds to use some inappropriate language, and his HR manager asks him to shut up. So we know that defensive behavior is normal, but we should also remember the importance of maintaining professionalism. Sheldon was not professional with his reaction, and what we suggest one should do if they were ever in this situation is to, first of all, remain calm, because this is a serious situation. You need to show that you're willing to take some feedback. Of course, listen to what your manager has to say, repeat it back to them if necessary to prove that you're understanding. Talk to them, explain your side in a professional, calm manner. And if not, then you can also ask for possible solutions in the future or advice about how to handle situations that you are struggling with.
If you see the reporter show up today, please let me know so I can hide. I do not want them to put me undercover.
That's pretty cocky.
Oh, it's not ego. These corporate magazines love putting employees with disabilities on the cover. Look.
Wow. You were not kidding.
And they really gonna come after me, especially with Face Birth Martoni on vacation.
Yeah, I'll bet. And getting a black guy in a wheelchair on the cover would be like their holy grail or something.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Okay, so in this situation, we have one of the Cloud9 branches being profiled for the company magazine. So the ADA prevents employment discrimination for employees with disabilities, qualified disabled individuals, and we can see that Cloud9 has created reasonable accommodation for the employees with disabilities. So we see Garrett, who is in a wheelchair, and he works in customer service instead of stocking shelves. And the table where he's at for announcements is also a lot lower. He doesn't require a lot of movement. The table height is very comfortable for him, so that allows him to do his job well. I think it's great that Cloud9 is very inclusive and they seem to have really great HR practices in place, but putting disabled individuals on the front of their company magazines shows that they have a really poor understanding of what a diverse environment really is. Diversity and inclusivity comes in many, many forms, not just in disabled people.
Could I get a day or two off?
A day or two?
A day. I just need one day away.
Are you sure that's all you need?
I'm sure.
Would you also like me to make your bed?
What?
Maybe I can triple your salary while we're at it.
No, that's not.
No, really, what can I do to make your life easier?
That is not fair. I have been juggling work and school for months now, and I haven't asked for any special treatment.
You're asking now?
Well, it's for law school.
Well, this is your law school. This, right here. And by the way, we're paying you for it.
I know, and I'm grateful.
If you're grateful, then you'll stop complaining about how much work you have to do, and you'll figure out how to best manage your time. But as far as getting time off, that's not gonna happen if you still plan on working for me. Now, you still need a day or two off?
I can manage.
Okay, so in this scene, we see Rachel asking her immediate supervisor for a day off, and he responded with extreme sarcasm. But this is also a case of quid pro quo and a hostile environment. So the supervisor, Harvey Specter, told Rachel that if she takes time off, it's not going to happen if she still plans on working for him. And this means that there's a tangible consequence that affects her negatively, and that her career depends on what he wants. So frequent discriminatory conduct, harassment, ridicule, threats, and intimidation are a few signs that you might be working in a hostile work environment, which is what we see here. And this has been created by her supervisor. We can see through the tone and volume of his voice that his remarks are very aggressive and he interferes with her life, and that affects her performance. He also mentions her pay, which is threatening to her, and that reminds her of his power and position over her, which is a very negative thing and creates a very hostile environment. So now let's look at how we can improve the workplace environment. We're going to be watching a clip from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Hello, squad. My name is Brad Portenberg, and today I'm going to teach you about workplace conflict. So, what does the word stereotype mean?
It's a preconceived, often prejudiced notion about a group of people.
Great. And can anyone tell me what a protected class is?
A group of people with a common characteristic that is legally protected from employment discrimination.
And how many protected classes are there?
20.
Okay, so workplace conflict management is not uncommon at all, and we quite often see this in police departments, you know, sort of like these legal areas, and like law enforcement. This is quite important in these kinds of workplaces where emotions run high.
Denise, I felt personally attacked when you included sesame bagels at the bagel brunch, knowing full well I'm allergic. I developed a rash.
Says you, Ainsley. I believe food allergies are a hoax. Perhaps your rash is from all that makeup you wear.
Who can tell me what went wrong?
Denise should have made reasonable accommodations given Ainsley's medical issue. Ainsley unnecessarily heightened the conflict by assuming that Denise had a personal vendetta, and Denise shouldn't have responded to Ainsley's complaint with an ad hominem attack.
My thoughts exactly. I concur.
Yep.
So earlier we looked at the ADA, and now we're introduced to the Americans with Disabilities Act Amendment from 2008. Now this amendment was really important because it includes any disabilities that affect major life functions. And here we saw sesame allergies. Now, any type of food allergies can have crazy, crazy reactions, even death. So it's important that an employer would have to accommodate to this. Any employees with food allergies are sought out after and they've been taken care of. Sometimes even vegetarians or vegans. Of course, sometimes there is workplace drama, and here we're just looking at a situation that they have to reenact and personal attacks. but it's important that HR knows when to step in. I think professional behavior gets blurry when work environments are very laid back and casual. Now we're going to be watching a clip from The Office.
These people. Show me the best numbers this place has ever seen. Last quarter we saw 4% growth. Double it.
You got it.
Double.
Done.
I'm not kidding.
Neither am I. It's already done. I've outlined the exact parameters in an email, so check your spam folders. But basically, you do your job better, you get points. So, collect 15 points and redeem them for this polar bear.
What if we went all the way up to 500 points?
Yeah, that's a crazy amount of points.
But what if?
Well, what do you want?
I don't know. For such a crazy number, I'd like something pretty crazy.
For 5,000 points, I will let you tattoo whatever you want on the stern of the old SS Bernard. Here we go.
All right.
Really?
All right. And you are totally serious.
Swear to God, hope to die. Now let's get to work.
Wait, but you did say we could pool our points, right? In that case, let's get to work, guys. Work, guys.
Here we watched Andy, the manager, implement a point system to get his employees to work together and achieve a difficult goal. This system works because it is immediate. You get your results immediately. Stanley at the back said, if you want us to work harder, why don't you pay us more? Now, this is not always possible. Some companies, they cannot afford financial incentives to increase productivity and boost morale. So this is a really great way to get your employees up and running and kind of give them that competition feel. There is a really playful nature to the interactions between management and subordinates, and since the employees are allowed to pool their points, none of the items are really appealing, Jim sort of ups the stakes and sort of puts words in Andy's mouth and challenges him. Of course, this is a fictional comedy show, and there's going to be no manager that offers up his body part to tattoo as a reward for any point system. So that's it. I hope you learned something watching HR practices in various workplaces from movies and TV shows. I'm Saloni.
And I'm Amanda, and
this is the Business Breakdown.